Hello, this is Hoad here. Welcome to day number 2 of the 5-day beginners ukulele challenge. Today we're learning one of my most favorite songs, which is Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. It's really easy and we're going to use some of the chords we did in day 1 and just keep adding on. So let's pick it up right where we left off in day 1. If you find any of this hard, please check out the full day 1 video. That'll explain everything, but I'm just going to jump straight into it. So the first chord we're going to look at here is a C chord. Now you can see on the picture here in the last lesson we did the C chord with our third finger up there on that A string, and we went to the F chord. So just getting that C chord set up to start with, I've got my third finger right there on that third fret of the A string, making sure we're holding the ukulele in just the right way there, that nice comfortable angle, not too straight, not tilting back, not tilting forward. Let's give it a try. So we've got that C chord there. Here we go, and hopefully your chord sounds nice and clean, just like that. Now, the next trick is to get to that F chord. So the F chord over here, we've now got our first finger on the first fret of the E string, and then our second finger is going to reach right over there to that second fret on the G string, okay? And with our right hand again, that's all 4 strings. Getting that nice and clean. That's a bit trickier, that chord. If you've got any issues with that and it's not sounding that great, remember that thumb positioning. Some people like to have their thumb up nice and high, but I recommended in the last lesson to have it down a little bit. That just gives you a bit more clearance under the strings there to let those open strings really ring out so you can hear all 4 strings there nice and clean. So have a play with that. All right, let's try going back to that C chord now. Third finger back there on that third fret of the A string there. Again with our right hand, all 4 strings. Great job. And now we're going to go back to the F chord again. So first finger on that first fret of the E string and second finger on the second fret of that G string there. And all 4 strings. Beautiful, well done. Now just to warm up today, we're going to do exactly what we did at the end of our last lesson and transition between the C chord and the F chord every 4 beats. So we're trying to get that C chord right on the 1. It'll be something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now straight away I'm doing it quite a bit quicker today. If that's too fast, go back to day 1 and check that out again. Make sure you can do it at that speed, but you'll probably have to start a bit slower. Let's try it together. We'll start on the 1 there. I'll count you in. I'll give you 3, 4. We'll come in together on the 1. Here we go. 3, 4, and 1, 2, changing to F. Now 1, 2, 3, back to C, and 1, 2, 3, back to F, and 1, 2, 3, again, and C, 2, 3, 4, and F, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's try and get that a bit quicker. 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and C, 2, 3, 4, F. One more time, and C, 2, 3, 4, F. Well done. So today we have a new chord, and this new chord is a G chord. It looks a little bit like this, okay? There it is in the picture, and I'll talk more about that in a second. This is the third chord we're going to learn in the first few days of this challenge, and with these 3 chords of C and F and now G, it allows you to play a lot of songs, including Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, which I'll show you in one tick. Let's try this chord. So with this chord here, I've got my second finger up there on the second fret of the A string. I've also got here my first finger is all the way across here on the second fret of the C string. Third finger is right there on the third fret of the E string, just in between there. So that's quite a squish, okay? So again, my second finger is just here. My first finger is just here on the second fret of that C string, and my third finger is right there on the third fret of the E string. So that's what it looks like, and there's your picture there. That one takes a little bit to get used to. Again, just watch your thumb at the back of the neck there. You might find it more comfortable to be up like that. Again, with the ukulele being such a small neck, it's quite comfortable to have the thumb up high. However, as I said in day 1, I prefer to have my thumb down a little bit. I just feel like it gives me a little bit more clearance on those strings, especially here. I don't want it to come off on that angle and hit the next string. So with that, get that position set. Then with your right hand, once again, we're playing all 4. Trying to get that chord nice and clean. That one's going to take a bit of practice, so work on that a lot over the next few days. Now what we're going to do to practice that new chord is we're going to go between one chord that you know, the C chord, and the new chord, the G chord. We're going to swap between. That's the easiest way I always find to learn new chords, is to play one you know really well, e.g. the C, and then one that you don't know so well, the G chord. Okay, so let's try that C chord, getting that third finger all set up, nice and clear on that one. Let's hear it. So the C chord. Now when you're ready, we want to transition over to that G chord. So we've got our second finger here on that second fret of the A string, first finger there on the second fret of the C string, and the third finger there on the third fret of the E string. Okay, it looks just like that. So second finger here, and first finger here, third finger is going to stretch up just there. That can be very tricky at first, okay? So just take your time. Let's go slowly back to the C chord. That's a nice change. There it is. Back to the C chord. Good job. And then we're going to go back to that G chord again. Second finger, first finger, and third finger. Great. Now once you've done that and you've got a little bit more comfortable with that, we're going to try and change back and forth with the beat. So I'm going to count again, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to try and change chords on the first beat of the bar. This is going to be a little challenging at first. Let's try it. So third finger on that C, you're ready to go? Here we go. I'll count us in with 3, 4. We come in together on the 1. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, change, and 1, 2, 3, 4, change, C, 1, 2, changing to the G, now 1, 2, and back to the C, now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Good job. Again, that can be really tricky at first. You did a great job. Keep working on that and see if you can get that faster and faster. Let's have a look at Three Little Birds. So here's the first part of the verse of Three Little Birds, and you can see the chords there. I'll just zoom in a little bit on that. We've got a C here and then to a G chord. Each one of those is for one bar. So we're just going to start really slowly with that C chord. We had the C chord up here, and then we were practicing a minute ago going to that G chord. So that's literally the first bit of the verse. And I've actually done my best here to line up the chords with the lyrics so that the chord is played on the particular lyric that's underneath it, okay? So rise up this morning is your C chord. And smiled with the rising sun, okay? Which sounds like this. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Okay, nice and simple. Onto the second line there. Three little birds pitched by my doorstep. So let's try those chords together. Let's try the C chord. You ready? Here we go. 3, 4, and C. 2, 3. Changing to the G chord. 2, 3. Back to the C. And 1, 2, 3. To the F and 1. Okay, let's try that again. This time I'll sing it. Try playing along with me. I'll sing Rise Up This, and we come in together on morning. Okay, here it is. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Back to the C. Three little birds. Back to the F. Pitched by my doorstep. Very, very cool. Now we've got the second half of the verse right here. Back to the C, then to the G again, then F, and then C and G really quickly at the end. So this bit here, I'll just play it for you. So I'm going to start on the C chord here. This is the second half of the verse, okay? So singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Now F, saying, this is my message to you. Oh, oh, and right to G. So that quick change at the end there, C to G. Let's get that C chord ready together and try that. I'll sing singing, and then you come in with me on the C chord on sweet. You ready? Singing sweet songs. Now to the G of melodies pure and true. Now F saying, this is my message to you. C and G. Good, that's a little tricky there at the end. Let's try it one more time. If you need to stop and practice your chord changes, just do that. And I would say practice, like if you're struggling with the G, just practice like C to G over and over. And just get that faster and faster and faster. Or if you're struggling with, say, F to G, just practice that over and over until it's faster and faster, okay? Great job. Again, here we go. Let's just play that second half of the verse one more time, and then we'll try the whole verse together. Here we go. So on sweet, we got the C chord. Get it ready. Here we go. Singing now, sweet songs. To the G, melodies pure and true. Now to F, saying, This is my message to C, U, O, G. Well done, that's awesome, fantastic job. All right, let's try the whole verse here. So from the beginning here, you ready? Let's try that C chord. Similar progression to the second half of the verse, but it is a little different. So here we go, C, G, C, and F. So rise up this morning, 2, 3, G. Smile with the rising sun, back to C. 3 little birds. Now F, pitch by my doorstep. Here we go. A singing sweet song, back to the C. Now here's the G, of melodies pure and true. To F, saying, this is my message to you. C, quickly to G. Well done, you just played the entire verse. Great job. So every verse of the song is basically the same, but the lyrics change. But the chord progression is exactly what you just played. So now we're going to have a look at the chorus. And if you want to download the music to this and the chord progression, just click in the link below. There'll be a PDF download there for you as well. So the chorus is super simple. It starts with a C chord just up here. Again, I've lined up the chords with the lyrics for you. So on worry, we've got don't worry, C. About a thing, so it's 2 C's in a row there. Then to F, cause every little thing, back to C's gonna be alright. And then right at the end there you've got a G chord. So that's a quick change again, kind of like in the verses. Let's hear that in context. So don't worry, 2, 3, about a thing, 2, 3. Now to the F, cause every little thing gonna be alright. Then to the G, singing don't worry, repeats again, about a thing. Great job. To the F chord, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Really well done. There's the G at the end. Great job. Now that's probably a little bit tricky for you, getting from that C to the G. But just again, heaps and heaps of practice on those chords. Just practice 2 chords over and over, and that'll get you playing those chords really quickly. So in the next lesson, I've got so much cool stuff coming up for you. So we're going to be talking about some more detailed technique stuff and playing individual strings, as well as putting these chords in some other songs and just having a whole lot of fun. Great work. I'll see you in day number 3.